What's going on, guys?
How's it going, everybody? It's Frank Avone.
I'm Doug Quimby.
And we are Kinda Live.
Kinda Livin.
And this is episode 22 of the Kinda Live, Kinda Livin podcast. And we're here with our buddy Josh Borg. How you doing, Josh?
I'm doing all right, Frank.
Got our first returning guest. How's everything going?
Everything's great, man.
How's your summer been?
It's been wild. I can't believe it's like almost already over.
Right.
It's been a quick one, but I enjoyed most of it.
Yeah, it's been a good summer. It's like weird. It's like once fish happens, that's back. Then it's kind of like the halfway, and like we're like a little farther than the halfway. But for tonight is a special edition of the Kinda Live, Kinda Livin podcast where we will be previewing the Night Lights Music Festival in Sherman, New York. We're going to have a few bands calling in, like Funktional Flow, Witty, Tarbox, Of Clocks and Clouds, Cold Lazarus, and possibly some more people. So we're very excited, and just to get things going, how's everybody's week? How's your week, man? You're always on the road.
Yeah, this week I was in Jersey. It was a long week. I'm glad to be here and not in Jersey still.
What about you, Doug? How was your week?
Mine was pretty good, spent a lot of time, just working the regular 9 to 5. Then also was editing the interview for the Glass Ponies, that Glass Pony band. So, go check that out. They're a rocking band from New York. So
yes, they are. We actually, go check out the Glass Pony interview that we actually recently just put out on our website, mirth-films.com, where you can find all of our latest original video content, live music coverage, news, and much more. And you can even buy merch, too. We got t-shirts available, and we got coffee mugs, and what else we got? Now we got hats. Our hats are coming in, so excited to be finally repping our own stuff, especially a hat. Everybody needs a good hat,
You need at least 5 good hats.
Exactly, and we got some hats coming in like that too, some dad hat style, and some women's clothing as well. Something we just want to plug quick, Hex Collective New York presents the Open Mouth Night, spoken word and poetry and Storied Coffee. It's going to be at Storied Coffee in Scotia, New York. It's open mouth, so poetry, just talking to a microphone. It's a free event from 6 to 8 p.m. and showcase open mouth artists and all over the capital region. I can't. And so it's free to participate and free to attend. So head over to Open Mouth Night on Facebook, Hex Collective event.
You keep wanting to say mouse.
I know. I don't know why.
Open mouse.
I kept on trying to refer to another word, but yeah, so go do that. And then also, what else we got to plug, Doug, before we get started?
Plug and Duggan.
ADK Fest.
ADK Fest. We got ADK Fest coming up.
Music Festival. That will be next weekend.
Yeah, we got it next weekend, which we're gonna have a preview episode for that as well. Got Pigeons playing ping pong, Twiddle, Ryan Montbleu Band, G Love and Special Sauce, which you said are
one of my favorites. Yeah. And I love like the categorization like that I've heard for him which is like sloppy blues mixed with hip hop. And it totally is like just that whole style, and he's a Philly kid.
Right.
I love G Love.
Excited to see him. It's going to be our first time seeing him.
Yeah.
Just having another artist, kind of similar. You said you could almost say he's kind of like a Keller style.
I don't know. I haven't seen him play, so I don't think he does like the looping like Keller does. But
cool.
Just like a lot of raps with like sloppy blues, but it all works.
Yeah.
He makes it work.
That'd be cool. We got Annie and the Water returning, which actually I was working for them this weekend, just doing their riverboat sail where they play a live show, 2 sets, sold it out. Uncle Sam Boat Tour on Alex Bay.
You said that was international water. Was there like gambling or anything, or like was it just like?
No, there was no gambling on the boat, but it was cool. It was just it was just really cool. There was like oil barges going down the St. Lawrence River as well, but it was amazing to see just a live band where the whole crowd is singing along to the songs and just seeing where they came from, and just with Matt Richards and just a lot of the newer guys in the band, they're really, really getting it tight groove. It was awesome. Scott Hannay sat in with them on a song, and then Josh West of Melting Nomads also sat in as well.
Okay.
He sang a Bob Marley tune with the band, which is really cool. But yeah, it was a good show, and I'm excited to see them playing at the ADK Fest. They're going to be playing a late night rage set at the King Neptune's Pub, right
Livin.
in what would you say, less than a half a mile away from the
Livin,
Charles
yeah,
Elliott
maybe
Park.
just walk down the boardwalk. You can't miss it.
Yep. Nice walk by the lake too.
Yep.
It is. You can't complain. It really is a good place to be Labor Day weekend. Just being from here, I mean, it's easy to take the lake for granted. All 32 miles of its beauty, you know?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and so just to get on the subject of Nightlights Music Festival. So it's a music festival located right by the border of New York and Pennsylvania, 2 hours from Cleveland and Pittsburgh. I would say probably like a 3-hour drive from here. 3.5-hour drive from here, Sherman, New York.
Yeah, something like that.
But it's an awesome lineup. Aqueous headlining it. We got Uncle Mike's Random Co., which is Mike Ganser, featuring Mike Ganser of Aqueous, members of Mo, Dopapod, and Talk. Got Sun Squabby, Ghost Note, Big Something, Marco Benevento, Consider the Source, Dirt Wire, Kitchen Dwellers, Mike Dillon Band, Seago, Midnight North, Goose. We love Goose.
Goose.
Man. That band kicks
Just
butt.
goosing.
Just goosing. People's Blues of Richmond, who will also be at 80K Fest. Functional Flow playing 2 sets, one of them being a tribute to the Police, which is going to be really cool. I'm a huge Police fan, so upset that I'll be missing that, but we'll have somebody covering the event to give you all the details of what went down. We got Danielle Ponder and Tomorrow People, 2 sets. We got Litz, Handsome Jack, Roots Collider, Space Junk, PA Line, 2 sets of Witty Tarbox, who are calling in just momentarily, of Clocks and Clouds, Boo, I hope I'm pronouncing that one right, Cold Lazarus will also be calling in. We got Cypher, Tortoise Forest, Neon Veins, Ponder, Expansion Project, Sentinel 6, and The Vibe Supply. And later on that night, they have just tributes to Ween. Push a Little Daisy's tribute, which we were just talking about how we heard Rack.
We learned that song through Rack and have only now discovered that it's a cover. And the cover and the way Ween plays it are super different. But I love where Rack took that song.
Yeah, no, seriously, it's honestly, I think I like the Rack version.
I do too. I mean, I the Ween one is super punky, which is like cool.
Yeah.
But like the Rack version is much more melodical and a nicer flow to it, I think.
For sure.
I think so too. So and then we got Functional Flow also playing the tribute set, Daniel Ponder, and just Rob Compa will be an artist at large who's going to be sitting in with one of the bands that we're talking to tonight, which is going to be really exciting.
Teaser. Which band is it?
So this band, I'm pretty sure they're going to be sitting in. He's going to be sitting in with Cold Lazarus. Which is going to be cool. And, you know, I like festivals like this because it's kind of like a, you know, not small but not too large festival where you know probably half the people in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
It presents a good time. It's not overwhelming for a lot of people. If you don't know
them, you'll meet them before the weekend's over.
For sure.
Exactly. So, but yeah, first person we're going to be talking to tonight is... We're going to be talking to a member of Functional Flow, Joey Lewis, who plays guitar for the band. They're out of Buffalo, New York. So let's start giving some bands some calls.
Where's your phone at?
Let's see, where is my phone at? Usually I have my phone set off for this, but
special
occasion, the call.
Exactly. It's going to be exciting. Thank you for tuning in tonight. And if you guys have any questions for any of the artists that we will be talking to, please let us know
in the chat.
Please let us know in the chat. And so we're going to get this set up here very quickly. Just give us 1 second momentarily.
All right, so we got MacDo Media commenting, saying that he's on his laptop with Wi-Fi. Currently, phone is fastest, desktop is second, and laptop is third for latency within 10 seconds. So...
Whatever
No,
that
you
means.
got your
love the
options.
dedication on a hardwired desktop.
Dude, that's what we got in the backdrop.
You know, we got to cheers to our 6-man here. Well, we got some
6
time.
man, dude, really need
Dylan
him.
McKenzie helped out, filmed at the Lake Escape Plaza competition, helped put that video together, which we didn't really talk about. But some of the tricks that went down, like kids these days are so damn good.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's mind blowing.
Put you guys to shame.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hands down. So,
Getting hurt gets harder as you get older, too.
totally. and you could feel it. Like we were talking about, like you just picked up a nice pair of athletic shoes. Like wearing flat shoes from skateboarding is definitely like now biting back.
Yeah, I
And
never
it's
knew
like, wow, my
how-
knee
Do you
is so
still get your
fucked
monthly
up.
pedicure?
Do I? No, I should though. I used to honestly, I just used to go to a foot doctor because my insurance covered it. But now that I'm currently employed for myself,
Yeah.
gotta be a little limited.
Yeah,
You know.
those deductibles aren't nothing.
No, especially when you gotta pay out of pocket. You
Right.
know, it kind of sucks for like the small businesses. I'm starting to realize that now. It is a lot of money to run a business, but it's all worth it because like we get to do cool stuff like this and talk
Yeah,
to
we
cool
do.
bands like we're about to talk to. So let's call in to Joey Lewis. Everybody's got their headphones in. Gotta figure out which one's left or right here. We've
Frankie,
gone
do
the
you
whole
have to go like this for left or right?
left or right. No, Marissa does though. But yeah. So yeah. Let's give this a shot here. This is our first time using headphones on the podcast.
Yeah, but I can actually like hear us. It's kind of weird.
It is kind of weird to hear us, but hey, it is what it is, and you know, as we grow, hopefully we get better headphones too.
Yep.
Okay, definitely a little interesting hearing yourself in your head.
I can't hear it.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
it's
no,
probably
it's
because you
other
got the wrong
yeah.
headphone.
Oh.
So basically, the way we have this all set up is we have 3 splitters all in, and but here we go. So we're gonna
super
call.
loud.
We're about to
Wait a
call
bit.
Joey Lewis of Functional Flow. Let's see. Hello, Joey?
Uh-oh.
Oh wait, is on mute.
Hello,
Hey,
Joey?
can you hear me?
Hey,
Yep.
Joey, how you doing? Thank you for calling the
Hey,
podcast.
what's up, Frankie?
How's your guys' summer been?
Frank, you there?
I am here.
Can you hear us?
Hey, yeah, sorry, we got a little...
There we go.
No, it's okay.
Working out
Yeah,
the
this are
bugs.
you are our first call into the kind of live, kind of living podcast. We're happy that you're calling, and we're just wanted to talk to you about the Nightlights Music Festival. So it's a hometown festival for you guys, right?
Absolutely, man. It's a great time, great people. We've been doing it every year since 2013. Flo has been doing it since 2013. This is the 7th year.
That's awesome, and you guys will be playing 2 sets on Saturday, and then police tribute as well.
We're gonna be doing the police set during the day on Saturday, and then we're doing our regular set of music a little bit later in the day. Yes.
That's it.
That's awesome, and so just a police tribute. What can we be expecting? Do you have a favorite police album that you that's your go-to, or?
You know, we thought about maybe just going off of one album because it's a lot easier that way. But like some of those hits though, that they spread them out throughout the years, it was too much to not want to do them. So we decided just to go across a bunch of albums from the old stuff to the the 80s stuff, and we mixed it up a lot. And we got this awesome guy that helps sing some vocals for us. He's just nailing these sting parts, and it's something that none of us were going to be able to do on our own. So we were very grateful to have him join us.
That's awesome, man.
That's really cool. And so I'm just so what's coming up for the Flow? Do you guys have any plans for just recording any new music, or we've been listening to the past 2 albums and just been loving them.
Yeah, no, you guys are doing pretty chill, chill jams. I'm
That song
about it.
"Dumber." Listen to that on repeat today.
Oh, right on. Yeah, man, we got enough stuff. We got all new material now for another album, and we're getting it all together. We're hashing them out. We're still trying to feel them in because they're so fresh and so new. So we're gonna get that stuff piled up together, and we're gonna hit up the studio soon, and we're gonna lay them down and have something new for everybody finally. And it's gonna be great. We're really looking forward to that, especially because we're gonna have some time off to do it. So
That's
it'll
good. So it's got to be pretty frustrating, not frustrating, but hard at times to maybe balance just a touring schedule with just everyday life, and you guys have quite just a crowd out there in Buffalo. Great music scene. Is there any places that you like playing out there? That's your favorite, or?
Oh, absolutely. Buffalo's got an amazing music scene. There's so many perfect musicians in Buffalo, and they're very unnoticed, and that's the sad part because they're so talented. And and when it's like almost like one of those best kept secrets that only like a small number of us know. And like we get to go to all these shows, and it's like almost like musicians like music. So It's very. I know it's good venues in Buffalo. I'm thinking like Buffalo Ironworks, Nietzsche's on Allen. You know, you could see any great show at the Town Ballroom in Buffalo. I mean, that's where all the great bands go to, play.
No, seriously.
You know, and
it's
I could go on for a while.
Sorry, man. Keep on going. My bad.
No, I mean, yes. I mean, those are the big ones that pop in our head because those are venues that we've been playing at for years, and those are like our second home. You know, same thing with Nightlights. You know, Nightlights, this festival that we're playing, we've been doing it every year for 7 years, and every year we do it, it's like we know all the people that run it. We know a lot of people that like work the grounds. You know, it's like family at this point. You know, and the actual site itself up there at that Blue Heron, oh, it's perfect. It's beautiful. Great little trails. Like we know all like the little trails, and the little hidden lakes you could go to, and there's a lot of stuff to that. Not a lot of people like realize it. You know, a lot of people stay central in the one area, but when you venture out a little bit, you know, it gets pretty crazy. It's an awesome ground. Sure. Yeah, we love playing at that place.
Hey, Joey, this is Josh. So actually about Nightlights, I was kind of wondering, you know, along that same vein, like, is there anything, you know, super unique? Like, you know, Mo's got the ditch party. Like, what's going down at Nightlights every year?
What's going down? You mean like headline?
No. I just mean like what kind of makes the venue unique? Like, is there any like after night things that it's like, oh, this is just this weird little thing that happens here?
Oh yeah, there's three really good stages at Nightlights. You got the main stage that's right there. You know, it's a big central spot. That's where all the big acts play at. You go a little bit deeper into the woods. You cross a lot of like cool little knickknacks that they have like built in the ground. You know, like
sure.
Like you'll walk around, they'll have like bongo drums that are just like built in, almost like tree stumps, so you can play bongos on them.
So they start up some drum circles.
Yeah. If you go a little bit more deeper in the ways, and you find the cafe stage, and the cafe stage is where we're going to be doing our police set, and that's going to be during the day. The cafe stage is a nice little stage. We get a nice group of people in there. It fills in real nice. And then when you go back a little bit deeper, you get into where all the drum circles are. There's usually a lot of fire pit dancers back there. It gets a little bit more like secluded, and that's going to be the smaller stage where we're going to do our regular functional flow set on.
That's really cool. And that's
there's a big fire pit back there. Usually every year they whip out like a huge log, like almost like half a tree that they burn, and that sucker will burn for like the whole weekend. So it's like you got a nice big fire pit right there too. And then from there you can find little trails, and a lot of these trails are lit up, and that's what's really cool about this area, is that they'll light up a lot of these areas so that you know, you can see where you're going. I mean, that's a good thing, but it's also really cool at night to see like these lights hitting these trees and little knickknacks in the woods.
And they're not saying this is off limits, and you know, so there's a little more freedom.
No, there's trails, you know, and a lot of these trails lead to the camping sites, because the camping you go back deep in the woods. And then also these trails, I mean, you take them far enough, you can find also nice little treasures, like nice little. I remember like every year we try to find it every year, but there's these steel drums that are built into the ground. And we used to find them every year out there. So there's a couple steel drums. So like we go out there, just a group of us, grab a couple beers, walk down the woods, and then we find a couple sticks. We find the steel drums. We'll do a little bit of jamming at 2 or 3 in the morning. Like just, you know, it's really fun like that. It's
I love some years you can't find the steel drums. It's like almost like they change the locations on you.
It's a treasure hunt. You know, it's a game. You gotta find them.
Yep.
That's great.
Gotta go during the day. And find the steel drum.
Right. Mark the location. Make a little trail markers. You know, get yourself to the steel drum at night.
So you can grab the privilege group and be like, all right, I know where they are. Come with me.
Oh, you guys want to see something? I know where the steel drums are.
Yeah, man.
And so I also hear there's some monkeys at Nightlights.
Monkeys?
There's some what?
Monkeys? Like actual monkeys at Nightlights? I don't know. Emily Vanderbilt was telling me about that. To ask about that.
I don't remember.
That would be weird for New York.
That would be weird for New York. Maybe not the right climate, but yeah. I mean, those things, little things like that, though, make a festival a very special festival. Like we were just discussing before. We called you. That's something that's great about a Nightlight size festival, Adirondack Independence Music Festival size festival, is that you know almost everybody in the crowd is a fan, and I'm sure as a musician you got to see these same people out, you know, supporting the music.
Exactly. We're all in this together. You know, Buffalo is such a tight knit music group. A lot of us bands will help each other out. We'll give each other gigs. We'll party together. We'll have a good time. Like this is just what us Buffalo musicians do for each other. That's why, it's the most respected community in Buffalo. It's just the music scene. Everybody's just so perfect to each other. And I've lived in cities and I've visited cities where it's a little bit more cutthroat and it's almost like they don't help each other out. It's like there's no Buffalo out there. That's they don't understand it. A lot of people don't get it. That's why Buffalo's got one of the best music scenes in most Canadian kids. And most of New York, as far as I'm concerned, shit.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we see it a lot over here on this side of the state too. Just that community and communal feel.
Yeah.
Goes a long way and just kind of making it all.
Yeah, but a lot of us, and a lot of the same, a lot of us group of musicians, we do this nightlights every year, and it's one of those festivals that we stick to because it's like it's deep to it's close to our hearts, man.
Yep.
It really is, and it's like coming home for us. It's always like coming home for us, especially a lot of us working musicians. We bust our asses all summer, man. Constant gigs, constant little festivals, doing our best, outdoor shit. And then like finally when the end of summer comes a little bit along, here comes nightlife. It's kind of like thank God, here we go. Now we can let loose with each other, share stories from the road, and jam a little bit. If we have some time, we'll just whip out acoustics, or people will write songs together at nightlights. Like stuff gets created at nightlights. It's just a great little festival, and we're privileged to do it every year, man.
That's incredible, and it's nice that it's close to home, but we're excited to be seeing your set at the Adirondack Independence Music Festival, King Neptune's on August 31st. Yep. Flo will be up there for that. Absolutely, man.
Bring some of that Buffalo love over to the east side.
Oh yeah. A couple weeks ago we just did a run up to Burlington, Vermont, played at Nectar's, for the Tumble Down After Festival. Then we scooted right to Thousand Islands, Alexander Bay, and did a show at one of our favorite places, the Riverboat Bar. It was a great run. We had a ball together.
Yep, and Frankie's been telling us all about that.
Yeah, I was actually just down there for Annie and the Water played on the Uncle Sam boat tour on the Alex Bay, and I think they had like a super jam after the show at the Riverboat. And I just being from Lake George, I was blown away about how touristy it was, and like it was like they had like the Pirates Weekend. It seemed like a really cool, unique little town.
Oh yeah, dude, Riverboat's great. Andy and his wife. They run that ship, and they treat us like family every time we come up there. They are really good to us, and we, every chance we get, we'll come up there and play a little show. And that bar just keeps getting better. Every time we go there, there's something new. Like now, it's like a whole new stage there and stuff. It's just, it's a great little spot. It's a great summer vacation place, especially to play gigs at. And we, that run was a lot of fun for us, especially because it was our first time in Burlington, Vermont, like playing at Nectar's of all places. I mean, come on.
That's freaking cool.
That was the first for all of us, and it was a great time. Yeah.
That's great, man. Well, Joey, it's been great talking to you, and we're looking forward to meeting you in person at ADK Fest. We hope your sets at Nightlights go amazing, and looking forward to seeing the set list of what you guys end up doing with that police tribute set.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you guys a lot for taking the time to talk to me.
Yeah, thanks for being on, Joey. Nice talking to you.
Thanks, Joey.
Absolutely. You boys have a good night, all right?
You too.
Do the same.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
It was cool.
Well, I know he's got me sold on the nightlights. That sounds awesome.
That sounds like a cool festival.
The drums in the woods, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Trying to get him to when I was trying to explain about the ditch party. Just
was I supposed to do that?
I mean, you can if you want, yeah.
Yeah.
Could have just muted the line.
Muted the line, yeah. But yeah, no, like, that was a great question you asked. Like, no,
because Mo's got the ditch party where that's like the Mo thing, and so these steel drums and different drums dug really into the ground, it's just like a pre-made little drum circle where people are just gonna be beating on drums all night.
Totally.
You can probably walk through the woods trying to find the different drums just by listening to them.
Dude, yeah, no, that's fucking sick.
Yeah, it's got to be I mean...
He's got me sold. I want to go.
Yeah, I kind of want to go, too. Wish I could just ditch the plans. But we will have people there covering the festival, which we're really excited about. Our photographer, Shadow, great guys. He'll be there, and he'll actually be at ADK Fest, too. So we'll get to hang out with him for a little bit. But other than that, I mean, listening to some of Funktional Flow's music was awesome. before the podcast. They got 2 albums. Go check them out on Spotify. Great band, and like Joey was saying, they got 3 sets. They're gonna play 2-day sets, and then they're also playing the Police tribute. So, which is gonna be really cool.
No, it sounds like it's gonna be a good time for sure.
Absolutely. And just coming up in the next couple minutes, we have Cody and Brian of Witty Tarbox calling in, and actually we'll be calling them. And Witty Tarbox. Witty Tarbox
with your mouth.
I don't know. There's something weird that happens when we're kind of live, kind of living. There's some things that, don't convert over the mouth.
The tongue trips over itself, right?
Oh yeah.
Kinda. Yeah, it's like it's something.
Witty Tarbox isn't an easy one either. Witty Tarbox, Witty Tarbox, Witty Tarbox, Witty Tarbox.
Witty Tarbox.
Witty Tarbox. But Cody Tarbox and Brian of the band Witty Tarbox. How would you describe them?
They're definitely like a little bit heavier than your average jam band, I would say. A little more rocky, but I'm all for that. It's definitely a little more of a headbanging music for sure.
Oh, so that's
Definitely.
That's right up Frank's alley.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I gotta love the heavy music. When you mash it in.
Is that how they got? I mean, obviously Tarbox is Cody's last name, and then Brian Williams is he Witty?
Is he Witty?
So.
He is not Witty.
Guess
his
we're gonna
name
find out.
So I guess he might be Witty.
That's what I understand. His name is Williams. I'm reading it. I'm looking at it. But it does
maybe a playoff Williams. We'll have to ask him.
Right.
But other than
No,
that,
I don't think his name is Witty.
I
don't have that in my notes.
just to kill some time here, we got a few minutes before we start talking to Witty Tarbox. I don't know if you saw in the news, Fish, Dick's Sporting Goods, for an Iran, they canceled.
The prairie dog plague.
There's a prairie dog plague and they had to cancel camping, and they also had to cancel any shakedown or vending in general.
It's kind of messed up that I don't know if they did it purposely or what the deal was, or if they thought they really were going to be able to fix the problem, but the fact that they waited this long until the week before, everybody's already got their plans made.
I mean, it kind of sounds like a curveball situation all
well,
over
that's
again.
exactly it. I mean, where are all these people going to stay? Now everyone has to get a hotel.
Yeah, or sleep in your car.
I guess.
If you flew there, you're fucked.
But if you're not even allowed to have a shakedown, I mean, if you're hanging out at your car, are they just going to be breaking up all groups? It's kind of crappy that they did this again. Where, Dick's isn't a festival, but it's pretty much treated like a festival where everybody camps in the site. So now all of these, how many people go to Dick's?
And maybe that's a selling factor too, and just the whole Dick's experience.
Well, right, it totally is, and the whole Colorado thing. Everybody loves Colorado.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're canceling it, a week and a half before, and I know.
At least it's not the day of.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
That was a little more unforeseen, I thought. This thing's been going on for months.
Yeah.
They knew about this prairie dog plague.
Yeah.
And so if they had to have known a while ago that they weren't going to get it figured out. So I don't know why the delay. Why not just
I mean, I guess they really
maybe
for my perspective,
it doesn't really matter, I guess, because people bought their tickets months ago.
Yeah.
Right.
But it screws everybody.
I mean,
up.
I feel like they definitely tried. I feel like all this time they really tried to figure out exactly what ways they could have managed the problem to really be able to make sure everyone could camp safely.
But now there's another problem. See, they should have called this 2 weeks ago. Give everybody time to find a hotel. Now you've got however many tens of thousands of people scrambling to find a hotel within a week and a half, and there's going to be people who aren't going to get a hotel.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
They're just I can't imagine there's that many hotel rooms.
And
available.
it's not like they
last minute. We're not talking about planning for a month from now.
Yeah.
This is happening. People are getting on their flights next week.
I wonder what's going to happen. I mean,
the show will go on, I guess.
Yeah, the show's going to go on.
I bet you there's a lot of people that won't go. Especially if you can't get a hotel or you can't figure out a decent place to stay.
Yeah, okay, so you stay at Dick's. I mean, I don't know how much a camping pass price is, but I mean, compared to spending at least $100 a night.
Yeah.
3 nights maybe.
Right.
Who knows?
I mean, yeah, and you can double up and everything, but it's not even the cost. It's the fact that everyone has to find a hotel now. Like go
transportation.
And transportation. Yep. But like I like try and look up a hotel right now in the around Dick's Sporting Goods Arena, but it's damn near impossible.
It probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always wanted to go there, experience it.
Yeah, Jake's got tickets.
Jake's not going, I don't think.
Yeah, I think the Prairie Dog. I was talking to him a couple weeks ago, but
he called it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jake Pagnotta.
Yep.
Fish maniac.
Speaking of shout outs, I had to shout out Tommy and Buddha. Best animals in the game.
Oh,
Tommy and Buddha.
For sure.
Tommy was a college
he was a college
party
kid.
animal.
Yeah.
He was a party animal that lived at Josh's apartment.
Tommy got down with us.
Yeah, he knew how to hang. He was good.
Yep.
Got along with the ladies, you know.
Introduced me to ladies.
Introduced you.
Yeah.
The neighbors.
Yeah.
And now we're like good friends with that. Like,
Yep.
It's awesome, man. And but yeah, so we got Witty Tarbox that we'll be calling in just a second.
And this is Cody Tarbox and Brian Williams. Right?
Brian Williams. Right before we call, I just want to plug them, which they can also be found on Spotify. Let me head to them quick. They got some popular releases here. Goodbye Jackie, The Adventure of Schmitty, Schmitty Saves the Ocean single. And go check them out. And let's give them a call.
Let's give him a call. Oh, probably a mute.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going, guys? This is Cody and Brian.
Yep. Yeah, what's going on, bud?
Hey, how you doing? This is Frank Cavone, Doug Quimby, and Josh Bork, Mirth Films. Thank you for calling in tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we wanted to talk to you guys about just night lights. And so are you guys excited for your set?
Oh, we are more than excited. We are ecstatic.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. Do you have any bands that you're also looking forward to seeing that weekend?
Sun Squabby for sure.
Oh, there's so many. Aqueous, Big Something,
Ghost Note,
Lids, Cold Lazarus, couple locals, Ponder, Cypher. Great lineup this year.
That's awesome. And so you guys will be playing 2 sets, and you guys been on quite a roll as of recently. And we just wanted to talk to you. How's your summer been? Where you guys been playing out? And just what's something we can look forward to tell all the fans?
Sure thing. Yeah, we've been pretty busy this summer trying to get outside of Buffalo, spread the love of the Witty Tarbox name. You know, we've been down toward Akron, Ohio, toward New York City, Long Island, Albany, Syracuse, Rochester. You know, it's been a great summer, keeping busy, getting on the road.
Sure.
And we got a new album coming out September 6th, and we're releasing that at the Town Ballroom. And we are more than ecstatic to do that with our homies Acid Cats from Akron, Ohio as well.
That's awesome. Town Ballroom is quite a venue.
Yeah, we can't wait to play on that stage.
That's awesome. Is this going to be your guys' first time playing there? Or?
Yeah, it will be.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm first this summer.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that's a good thing. And no, it's exciting that you guys are playing Nightlights because we just got off the phone with Joey Lewis of Funktional Flow, and just sounds like a really down to earth, just family environment festival, and it's gonna be a killer time. Have you guys been before, just attending, or?
I've been before.
Seth.
I've been there before. I played last year with my other band, K-Sky. Yeah, I love it there, man. It's like home. It's the best experience I've had in a long time.
That's funny. That's exactly what Joey described it as, was coming home. And you know, he was just telling us, and none of us have ever been before. He was telling us about all the different Congo drums and steel drums, you know, stuck out in the woods. They're like dug into the ground and everything. And
Okay.
It sounds like a super unique little spot for some jams.
Yeah, shout out to Kat Horton and her team for putting on an awesome festival every year. I've heard so much about this for the past 2 years since we've been a band, and we're just very grateful for the opportunity to finally be able to be there and play it.
That's awesome, man. And we really love what you guys love your guys' sound. It's almost like just an alternative, heavy feel. I mean, we were listening to some of the tunes earlier before the show, and so it's gonna be cool to check you guys out. And anytime you guys are in the Albany, Lake George area, we'll have to do an interview with you guys.
You would love to. Yeah, absolutely.
And what do you guys have to ask?
I would like to know some of your influences, because I mean, you definitely seem like a little bit heavier than like your average jam band. Definitely got some rock and roll, it seems. So what do you guys listen to?
Well, I'm a super big fan of like Frank Zappa and like the Cramps, and I guess I would describe my taste in music as like a Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack.
Oh, hell yeah!
Well, those are the best
A little bit
soundtracks.
of punk, little bit of hip hop, like a little bit of everything, and you bring all that together. And I think a lot of people in upstate New York feel the same way, and they kind of grew up in that generation of music. And if you are able to combine all those vibes, like I think people really like feel something from it.
Yeah, definitely some Dick Dale feels as well. That's where you get the surf.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Dick Dale is huge. Yeah, the Cramps. Check out the Cramps if you get a chance. It's like a band.
The Cramps.
But they're amazing. I first found them from the Flip Sorry video. I had it on VHS.
Oh my God, that's one of my favorite skate movies of all time. Just like okay, Cramps. Who had that? Whose skate part was it?
I honestly couldn't even tell you, man. It was so long ago. I had it on VHS. That's how long ago.
Oh my God.
But that just like stuck out to me like completely for like up until this point.
So you guys are skaters?
Some of us, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh hell
used
yeah!
to
be. We're all old men now.
I was saying earlier, it gets harder to fall as you get older.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we need like some elbow pads.
Yeah, no, hey, I mean, over here at Mirth Films too, huge skateboarding influence for sure, and yeah, Flip Sorry, definitely one of the best skate movies. Just that whole era of skateboarding. Jeff Rowley, Ali Buyala, Mark Appleyard, Kelly.
Solid skaters right there, legendaries.
You know what you're talking about, don't you?
Frankie's the skateboard encyclopedia.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Hearing Johnny Ryan say "L.A. Buddha."
Oh yeah. I didn't know who Johnny Rotten was at the time, because I was like a naive 5th grader watching Flip Sorry for the first time in summer camp, and then I was like, wow, holy shit, he's in the Sex Pistols.
That whole video is just legendary, man.
So good. Well, that's cool, man. Yeah.
But I guess also, like some more contemporary, like Arctic Monkeys definitely is huge for me.
As far as my background in music and stuff, I love my jazz, I love my funk, and bringing all of our backgrounds together and
it's a smorgasbord.
Yeah, it's a big smorgasbord. It's a feast. It's a roast feast, man. It's it's awesome. I love it.
Well, you guys definitely play really well together. You guys bring it all in very tight.
Yeah,
we just love playing with each other.
You guys recently played with Hilltop at the Parish Public House. How was that?
Yeah, that was a great show. We had some people come in from Albany, get some fans from around there. That was great. There's actually somebody who flew in 2 days early from Brazil just to come see us.
That's awesome.
That's dedication.
Yeah. It was great. It's great to have the fans come out and really appreciate what we're doing while we're still such a young band.
Definitely.
That's something else we talked about with Joey is just out in Buffalo, and it seems we've got it here on the east side of the state, just this community of bands, and everybody's out for the love of the music and all that, and just really all comes together nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very uplifting community, and everyone just loves each other and wants to play and help each other.
Wants everybody to be the best.
Yeah. It's been really great to be able to jump in and just be accepted almost immediately by fans and other bands, and we've made a lot of amazing friends, and it's just been really great experience for all of us.
Yeah, it's great to speak the universal language that is music.
Yeah,
for sure, man.
Mm-hmm.
So where have you guys been playing this year? Any festivals stick out that you've played this year that maybe were your favorites, or anything crazy happened on tour this year? Or too many to count.
Maybe stuff we shouldn't talk about.
Yeah.
This is a PG-13 podcast.
Another time over a beer we can hang out.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But I think it was really great. We had a great set at a Cobblestone Live. We opened the second day on the main stage, and I felt like we really came out flying, and it was just so awesome to have just an awesome big stage and big sound for us. And
and it's got to be kind of nerve-wracking, being the opening. Are people awake yet? How what's the reception gonna be like? And yeah, when you get that kind of almost not unexpected, but that kind of like, oh wow, this is big. That's super cool.
Yeah, I definitely didn't know what to expect. Were people are gonna show up early? Were they not? But yeah, people really came out and supported, and for me that was a really, really great moment for us playing, and it just kind of gave me the opportunity to see like, oh hell yeah, like this is where I want to fucking do, is what I'm saying.
That's how good he can swear.
Are we allowed to curse?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay. I didn't know there's any PC involved here. Yeah.
No, we're on YouTube. You're good.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right.
Another standout show for me was in Akron, Ohio, playing the album release show with Acid Cats. And if you haven't heard them yet, like check them boys out. The bass player is named Smokeface, and he wears like this mask on stage that like blows smoke out of his face.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Hence the name. Okay.
I've ever seen play live in my life. He is just unreal, and that whole band's just very talented.
Yeah, for sure. And they'll be opening for our album release show on September 6th at the Town Ballroom.
Okay.
Yeah, and also, at Nightlights for our first set, we're actually going to be handing out 5 golden tickets during that are going to be good for you and one other person to be able to come to our release show for free.
Wow, that's awesome. So who's dressing up like Willy Wonka?
Actually, our friend Brandon Kempesty is. He plays a character in our band called Dr. Mirth. If you dig into our videos, you'll see him pop up a lot, and he's just kind of like this funky, like demonic doctor guy who kind of pulls the strings like a puppet master, know?
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so, look around for Dr. Mirrorface and
get your golden tickets.
Yeah, get your golden ticket. I've got a golden ticket.
That sounds cool.
That's during the first set though, so make sure you know.
Yeah, get them in early. No giveaways after first set.
Oh yeah, 5 lucky winners. Who will win the golden ticket? Will it be you?
I mean, somebody's got to have the entrance too. If you're dressing up like Willy Wonka, come out with the cane and then the stumble and the somersault.
The tumble.
Yeah, and then it ended up that the theme for that day was like costume party or whatever, so it worked out.
Perfect.
Oh,
There you go.
Too funny.
Now we got to have some little Oompa Loompas too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I actually have the Oompa Loompa costumes at home. I did it when I was a kid.
If I dress up as Oompa Loompas, we'll bring you on stage.
Okay, perfect. I don't know if I want to agree to that. I'm also 6'5", so I don't know how much Oompa Loompa works.
Dude, you could just wear 2 Oompa Loompas.
Or just put shoes on my knees.
No, put on a trench coat and it looks like 3 Oompa Loompas.
Right. Yeah, just have one sticking, like a face sticking out of the middle.
Yes, kind of like BoJack Horseman.
Oh shit! Hell yeah!
That's funny. Well, we're looking forward to hearing your set at Nightlights Music Festival, and just to end this, we also want to help. We saw that you guys are playing the Riverboat Bar September 14th.
Oh yeah.
In Alex Bay.
Oh yeah, that's such a beautiful place, man. I've been dying to go there for a while now. So when we booked that show, right? Thousand Islands.
Up in the Thousand Islands.
It's a pretty incredible place. I was actually there over the weekend. Annie in the Water just played on one of the boat cruises, and they had a super jam at the Riverboat Bar. And I gotta say, those people in Alex Bay know how to get down. And so you guys are gonna be in for a party.
All right.
That's what we like.
Yeah, there you go.
So
all right, guys. Thank you so much for calling in, man. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Cody,
so much
Brian. Have killer sets at Nightlights Music Festival, and we look forward to talking to you soon. Anytime you guys are in the Albany, upstate New York area, we should meet up, do an interview.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'd love to put a face to a name here.
Yeah.
This is our first time.
Bunch of faceless strangers here.
Yeah, this is our first time doing call-ins to our podcast, and and as I'm talking to each band, it's kind of like, oh man, this could be pretty cool, and I like, in the sense of like, oh, it'd be funny, like do something like Crank Yaker style or something like that.
we actually like started like thinking of skits we could do like when you guys called us. Like we scratched it.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, guys, it was great talking to you, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great sets at Nightlights, and
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
You guys have a wonderful night.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Those guys are some funny guys.
Yeah. No, very cool. Very cool. So I don't really know a whole lot about their history. When did they start up? It sounded like pretty recently.
Pretty recently. Let me just pull out my notes here. Founded in 2016, and they're based out of Buffalo, New York. And one of my colleague of ours, Tim Merrill, he manages the band. Good friends with Emily Vanderweel, who also manages some of the bands that are playing tonight. And it's gonna be interesting with the Willy Wonka style, Golden Ticket.
Dude,
that's a
that's-
cool
what
marketing
a
initiative.
great little promo. Like, I mean, and how much does it cost? 5 tickets, or 10 tickets to go see them at a different show.
Exactly.
And just like little promo and play a little bit with it. That's very cool.
Yeah, not bad at all.
No, exactly. And even like if I got a golden ticket, pay for the ticket anyways. Support local
all
live
right,
music.
free music boy. You see all your shows.
I paid for the last Annie in the Water show.
Oh, really?
Well, 2 shows ago.
Okay.
But hey, I'm working too. So. But no, it really does matter. Like if you are, I mean, that money goes to something.
Mhm.
Like that goes to them paying for a meal.
But doing
you know?
this promo could be like, some people who wouldn't have gone and seen them, at the show anyway.
Right.
So that's how you got to get their name out there. That's
Yeah,
very
no,
cool.
it's killer.
Good
Witty
for them.
Tarbox. Yeah. So up next, who we have coming is
Of Clocks and Clouds.
of Clocks and Clouds, the Salgo Boys,
Oh, yeah.
brothers actually, and we actually saw them at this Jam Music Festival, which was a gnarly set.
It was. No,
Got some
that was the end of
Metallica
it.
covers that night, which I mean, come on, you know.
Anytime Frankie gets
Yeah.
Metallica covered,
You already
he's
know,
creaming his
Josh.
pants.
So
I mean, definitely a little bit heavier if they're going to be covering Metallica during one of their sets.
Yeah.
yeah. Yep. And we got some time to kill before that. 9:55, we're gonna be talking to them. And Doug, we didn't talk about your new hairstyle, man. Talk about it.
I decided to go with braids, because I don't I don't really maintain the fro as well as I could be, I'm not picking
I'm
it
sure
out
it's
anymore.
a lot to maintain.
It really is a lot. It's just not enough all the time. So I was like, braids.
So it was braid or shave, braid
I
or
mean,
buzz.
No, I would have just kept it long, but I thought like braids were gonna be like great alternative, and I definitely thought my hair was thicker than it actually is.
You got a little
So-
too much weight in your hair.
Yeah, I mean, so it definitely came out way differently than I thought, and I think the thing it's like curling up at the ends because my hair is just not about this at all right now. It's having a little fit, but
I think you could get those braids made like bigger too, and like
Well,
I think you could get something to work here. But
I probably could. I mean,
Yeah.
the thing I was trying to steer away from was like having like the huge big sections like taken out where you can see like big parts of the scalp. But I mean, just my hair didn't really conform to that.
It's super long. I definitely.
It was
didn't
about
realize
that
how long.
counts.
Yeah, it was. I gave it that good count.
Little-
Let's
little
go.
experimentation.
Like it might. I'll keep it for a couple days. Try to get used to.
Right.
And like this. Because with my hair, it's kind of just like a shit show. I'm trying to figure out what the frick I can do with it besides just put a hat on it and pick it out. Because that for me, it's kind of getting old.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So trying to switch it up. Braids didn't work out. Hopefully, I'll think of another hairstyle and you will see it.
Honestly,
on
I
Kinda
think
Life,
you'd
Kinda
be
Livin'.
good with short hair.
I don't
You
want
think
short
it's
hair.
good?
It's been there before.
Like,
You could literally just
What if
snip
you
them
went- what
off
if you went with, like,
individually, and then
I don't want to. I don't want to go short hair. I'm so afraid of losing my hair. Like I feel like that's a big
what was
thing.
the last time? Like 2011, you got a full haircut.
No, I
was it?
got like a pretty much a buzz cut out in Vegas. I want to say so. That was like 2015.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, I've gotten a
It
few
was too hot in
trims since.
Vegas.
Yeah, and I was also trying to get a job that I actually never got. So like. Awesome sauce.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's grown back since I've gotten a couple trims, but I mean like I definitely just like it more. And also like when I cut it really short, I just look really young, and like I've
Yeah, but you're getting to an age where that stops to matter.
I mean I
Right.
guess
Yeah.
I guess
Me
I
and,
guess
me and Frankie look younger than we are, and it's a good thing.
yeah.
I look younger than you, and yet I'm older than you.
by a whole month.
Whole month. Hey, hey, dude, it's like
These things
no,
matter.
it's a bad comparison, actually. Very bad comparison. I was gonna say it was like winning is winning when Vin Diesel says it, but it's not winning being
What?
older.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No,
Fast
in
and
Fast and the Furious, yes,
Oh man.
which makes no sense.
Dude, yeah, they just came out with one with like just like Hobbs and
It's still at the
Shaw.
drive-ins right now.
Is it? Yeah, I don't do. Does it even have any of the main Fast and Furious
No,
characters?
it's just.
Well, it's
The
obviously
Rock.
missing one.
It's
the big one.
But yeah, but The Rock, I kind of stopped watching.
It's The Rock
once
and
The Rock
Jason
came in.
Statham. Yeah, I agree. I kind of stopped watching then too.
It's like this is.
I made it through like 4 or 5, and then
yeah.
and then it was just like it was big theater explosions, and that's just all they were doing was like,
Yeah.
we're just gonna go boom.
Take down tanks with cars. Like
We were criminals, but now the government gets us machine guns.
It's ridiculous for sure.
All right,
yeah,
so let's
Fast
give
Furious.
of Clocks and Clouds a call.
All right, dialing them up. Oh, unmute.
Hello.
Hey, is this the Salgo brothers?
These are 2 of them. Yes.
Yeah, this is
Awesome.
the other one.
Yeah.
How you
Well,
guys
I'm
doing?
one of them, and then yes.
Then I'm the other one.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for calling into the Kind of Live, Kind of Living podcast. We're excited to talk to you guys. It's been a while. We saw you guys at Disc Jam. How's everything been?
I know it's been some time. Things have been really good. How are you guys?
Pretty good, just kind of live, kind of living.
No, we do it every day.
Doing it every day. Just going out seeing live music. Just enjoying the summer. It's been pretty good. And
Summer.
Yeah, it's been a great summer.
so
sure,
what,
for
what,
sure.
what do you guys do? How's you guys summer been? Where you guys been playing out?
Well, what have we been doing? We
Practicing a lot,
yep.
and we just played at the Riverboat Bar in Alexandria, New York. That was a
Yeah.
good time. A
Bay.
lot of
Hell
cool bands
yeah.
were, passing through there. It's a cool spot.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We've heard lots about it. It sounds like a really awesome spot.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun playing there. Drank a lot of White Claw.
Yeah.
It's a White Claw white boy summer.
Dude, it really is.
What are you guys' thoughts on White Claw? Do you like them? Do you just
What's your flavor?
I couldn't even tell you. I just think they're fun. It's just,
It's party water.
yeah, it's just like cool that we like all have this thing that we're like, yeah.
And it
It's
really,
fun, right? Like, hell
the
yeah.
spike seltzers
like-
have been around for a little while, but I feel like this summer, us guys, we really kind of said, well, you girls are having fun with this stuff, but let's see what we can do, and it turns out
seltzer.
quite a bit is the answer.
Yeah. It's great because you never really get drunk when you drink them. You just kind of stay the same.
I don't know, man. Some of those things are pretty strong. They're like 5%. They're like drinking. They're stronger than drinking a Miller Lite or something.
Yeah.
And
Well,
they go down so darn quick.
You're talking to a man that drinks a lot of spiked seltzers.
Well, okay, fair enough. I'm just getting into my spike seltzer roll.
So this is your first time at Nightlights, and Rob Compa is sitting in with you guys.
That's what they're saying. So we're looking forward to that if that happens. This will be the second time a member of Dopapod has sat in with us, which is pretty sick.
Oh, who else sat in?
2018, Eli Winderman sat in with us at Disc Jam,
Nice.
and
Slaying
I
some
had
keys.
I had no idea he was coming, and he showed up while we were setting our shit up on stage, and he's like, "Hey, I'm Eli." And I'm like, "Yeah."
Okay, hi.
And he's like, "I'm sitting in with you," and I was like, "You are?"
Well, maybe
Yeah, I'm like-
that's just what he does. Is he just goes, I kind of want to play. I'm just gonna tell these guys I'm
Yeah.
gonna sit in
That's
with.
probably how he joined the band. He's like, yeah,
Hey, Dopapod, I like your sound. I'm playing with you guys now.
Yeah.
We're gonna be Dopa Clocks and Dopa Clouds.
Yeah. Double cloud. Yeah.
Of Dopa Clouds and Dopa Clocks.
Yeah.
Of Dopes and
Dopes and clouds.
Yeah.
You cloudy dopes.
That's so funny. So you guys, I mean, so that's cool. So
So what else are you? So who are you looking to see at the Nightlights Music Festival?
Hoping to make it up there in time to see Ghost Note on Friday, because it's a good haul from Brooklyn for us.
and whereabouts in Brooklyn are you guys from?
We live in Flatbush.
How far is that from Greenpoint?
Depends on what time of day, you know.
Well, our neighborhood's called Fitness Park, but it's cooler to say you're from Flatbush. You know what I mean?
Well, right, because everybody knows the zombies, right?
Yeah, we're pretty tough.
Yeah.
So you guys hanging out with the Flatbush zombies all the time, right?
Yeah, that was based on us.
Yeah, okay. No, I've seen that documentary.
Right.
You keep the acid in the fridge, yep.
Yeah, that's where they got it from us.
I'm definitely looking forward to a lot of bands. It's a really cool festival. Marco Benevento Late Night is definitely going to be nice and weird.
Yep.
I mean, I'm interested to see like what Girl Talk is going to do. I mean, I remember listening to him like way back in the day, and
this is his first show in a long time, I think, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm out of
and obviously Aqueous, and I don't think we're gonna get there to see them, but our boys in Goose and People's Blues of Richmond are super tight.
Oh,
yeah, we're friends with the Goose guys as well.
I mean, they're awesome dudes.
Yep.
I can't see.
And speaking of Goose, you'll actually be playing a Halloween show at the Mercury Lounge in Manhattan.
Yeah, that's gonna be on Halloween with Goose at Mercury Lounge. That's gonna be tight.
Yeah,
Have you guys played with them before? Or?
I played with them in another band that I was in like a few years ago, and yeah, so I've been friends with those guys, and it's just like really great to see them like really blowing up now. You know, they deserve it. Super talented, super awesome dudes.
Yeah,
really looking forward.
It seems like ever since that Peach Fest that they just played, it's been like the reception's been amazing. I mean, they've been at it for a long time now too, and just those guys are just talented. I mean, it's just great that I don't know. We always think here at Mirth Films that like this scene of music is really the next rock and roll, and it's cool that
last vestiges of rock and roll.
Yeah.
Well, it's like cool that it is a really cool scene, and it seems like there's always room for more bands, and it's just one of those things where like when you're in, and like it's a very accepting, like really cool scene.
Yeah.
Totally.
And and the fans like value music and musicianship.
Now even music. Just talking about music. Just the scene. How did even other separate from just playing in the band, like how did you guys get into seeing just this scene? Was it like a big show? Was it local scene, or like what was it for you guys?
Get into the jam scene.
Yeah.
That's a long story.
You got a few minutes.
Started when you guys were young, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I mean, like there was always like
music lead into that.
There was always an interest in like jam bands, and like we were really into Primus and stuff.
Nice.
And
yeah,
I have a cat named Tommy. He is Tommy the cat.
Nice. Does he lay down with you?
Yes, he does.
So yeah, I mean, and I remember going to a Primus show. We were like front row at like Roseland at the beginning of the show, and by the end of the first song, we were all the way in the back because everyone was just pushing. And I just remember thinking like I really wish this was a little different, and like more of like a respectful crowd in a way, and then like got into like Let's Play Pool and stuff, and then Actually, an old teacher of mine is friends with Brownie from the Disco Biscuits. She was my science teacher in 6th grade.
Oh, wow.
And she hit me up in 2007 to do head count. And that's really when like the whole thing blew open for me. And, I was going to all these shows and registering voters. And then in 2008 felt pretty good about all that, so went to a lot of Biscuit shows. And then there was this other band that got back together in 2009. And they're pretty good.
We may have heard a thing or two from them.
I can't remember what they're called, but
Dogs
they're pretty good.
Or lambs or some animal.
Their drummer, I remember, she's pretty sexy.
Yeah, that dress. Oh, God, what a woman.
Oh, yeah. She looks good in that dress.
So, okay, on that subject, what was your guys' first show?
Like, that we saw ever?
I think he means of that band.
Of the
with the pretty woman.
Oh, that was Jones Beach in 2009 for me.
Okay.
Oh, sick.
Wait, let me come back.
Yeah.
And
That's
mine
awesome.
was in Hartford the same year.
Yeah. I went with head count, and I was
years
like
ago.
a total noob. I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, I didn't get it at all. I was
Yeah.
with like a bunch of friends of mine that really liked them, and I didn't understand it.
And then I
you
saw
hadn't read the
them.
book yet. It's okay.
That's true. Yeah.
I ended up seeing them at the Gorge in 2011, and that's when it really like hit me.
That's got to be quite the sight, too, to see them, too.
Yeah, it was really cool. I was in Seattle with my girlfriend at the time, and I like dragged her out to the Gorge. I was like, you had to like kind of convince her like how much fun it would be just to go camping, and like, all right, fine. And then like, an obsession grew out of that. It was really cool.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
awesome, man.
She's
And
still into them. Yeah, like we're all into them.
Yeah.
that's cool. It's hard not to. We got Island Tour coming up, which is going to be exciting. A little Island Tour. And then,
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like a little thing over there.
The old
Some more
salute.
donuts.
Yeah. And you guys will also be playing with Cycles, though, September 25th.
Yeah, that's going to be really exciting.
Knitting Factory, your hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do it with our friends in Kudu Stooge as well. You can look them up. They
Awesome.
they actually just moved to New York City from Burlington, and some friends of mine, so you can check them out.
All right.
That's awesome. We'll definitely check them out. And I'm just trying to think here. You guys also recently put out a live from the Brooklyn Bowl album on Spotify.
Yeah. That was actually the first show that we played with this new lineup.
Oh.
As a Fox and Clouds.
Recording on the first go. That takes some balls.
Yeah, it was like for a band's first gig. It wasn't like it was like a packed house at Brooklyn Bowl. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Yeah, we opened for Kung Fu.
Oh,
Damn. Yeah.
There was so I started of Clocks and Clouds quite some time ago, and the full lineup changed at the beginning of this year for a couple of different reasons. So 2 weeks before this show on February 9th, I was like pretty sure that this band was over.
Oh,
And we got back into the rehearsal studio, and we went through our set, and I was like, okay, there's some hope left here. And there were some really great things that happened on that stage that night that kind of set the tone for what's happening this year and what's to come. And it's all been pretty much uphill from there. It's feel pretty good about the music that we made that night.
Yeah, I mean, it was just opening for Kung Fu on a Saturday at Brooklyn Bowl. Like, it was obviously a really sweet opportunity. I didn't know. I mean, I had like some expectations, but just like we walked out there, and literally by the end of the second song, like, place was just like packed to the back.
It was packed. It was awesome. Yeah.
My one regret is that I didn't dose for that show.
Well, next time you dose, get in your time machine and go back.
Yeah. Just
do it
relive
over.
it. Well, you might have to be in the same.
I've learned
setting.
my lesson since then.
So Mike Coley asks, who's your favorite merch model? I don't know if this is an inside joke or not.
How does Mike Coley not know?
Well, I guess, what's it like
Well,
having
so maybe
Emily
he just
Vander?
wants the people to know.
What's it like having?
He sat with us in the casting couch, making our rounds through the models and stuff, and then ultimately we just decided on him at the end,
That's so funny.
He looks good in the band shirt. Yeah, everybody saw me about him.
Michael Coley's a hell of a guy, and what's it like having Emily Vanderbilt as your band manager?
Emily,
it's a ride.
Emily is amazing.
Yeah,
So,
she's great.
Yeah, it's almost like she cares more about the band than anyone else I've ever met. So,
That's awesome.
Yeah, and she's always working for us, and she's just selfless and tireless. So, this is not an easy industry and business to be in, and we're all working hard to do the thing that we love the most. So, when the world needs more Emily Vanderwheels to help out bands like us.
Seriously, like she literally has the energy. I mean, it's like I don't know, reusable energy she has. I don't know.
If someone could only
she
harness
keeps
that and
going
use it for others.
and going and
she
going
uses
and
it for
going.
others herself, I
Energizer
guess.
Bunny.
She's an Energizer Bunny.
Yeah, I know. I've taken like 3 naps while you've been interviewing us. And I'm so tired.
I mean, that's just what it's all about, Just keep going. Never be like, eh. Just always keep going,
Yes, be a yes man.
Well, you got to be all in, or just don't do it at all.
Yeah,
Totally.
Sure.
Well, guys, we wish you the best for your Nightlights first Nightlights Festival and sit-in with Rob Compa. Just for the people listening tonight, you can check out Of Clocks and Clouds on Spotify and iTunes, if I'm correct, guys.
Yeah, all those places.
And come drink some claws with us at our set on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll be drinking claws early.
All right.
Yeah.
Drink some
Hey,
claws.
there's no laws when you're drinking
No.
claws.
It's the perfect brunch drink. It's the perfect, everything.
Yep.
September 25th with Cycles and Halloween Show Mercury Lounge, October 31st in Manhattan, New York. Guys, thank you so much for calling in. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks,
Have a
guys.
good night, guys.
Oh, take care.
Thanks,
Go on.
guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Awesome, dudes.
Yep. Very cool.
Wow. I mean, everybody's talking about that Bay,
You
man.
gotta go to the riverboat, huh?
Gotta go to the Riverboat Bar. Yeah, I mean, why not? Honestly, it was literally like a mini Lake George.
Okay.
I felt like I was at home. I was like, this is
Really?
weird. It's like just like all
just a
the
little
T-shirt
farther up
shops
there.
that are like Riley's. It was Pirates Weekend, so people were. It is
Why
legal.
doesn't Lake George have a pirate weekend? That would be
We
so
should,
fun.
I don't know
because
why.
the thing is, there it's open container.
Oh.
You can drink on the street.
Well, they make it open container on Canada Street.
Do they really?
For like St. Patrick's Day, I don't think they care.
No way.
Because
Okay.
like they have like vendors out there selling beer, or like for the things in the park, you can buy beer and stuff, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So I feel like they could do it. Just a bunch of pirates. The tiki boat will love it.
I mean, we do have 32 miles. Of,
32 miles of lake. Although, get a captain who's gonna
Get
be
a
sober.
pirate ship. You
Yeah.
could carry one in from somewhere. At least
Carry one
Just
in, he
let
goes.
me throw one on my shoulder here. Big
Oh
old
my
pirate
God.
ship.
It might be a 2-man job right
You
there.
know what I mean.
Just carry on in the pirate ship.
Like tow one up here.
Yeah.
Make it a theme. Cannons. We already got the full William Henry.
We do have
We do.
cannons.
Yeah.
You do. It would be pretty cool.
Which it never gets old when those
Oh my
goddamn
God.
cannons go off. Yeah, it's especially like.
And then
I was
there's the house that fires them at the mini haha too.
What?
It's a really
There's like a house on the other side of the lake that fires like a blank cannon
for the mini haha.
every time the mini haha goes by.
That's too much.
I think it's the mini haha.
Do they now? Is it people related to?
No, I don't think so. I think they're just people who live on the lake and like shooting blanks.
At the mini haha.
That's so funny.
Oh, man.
We're getting towards the end of this podcast. We got one more band to talk to. Cold Lazarus.
So now, what's the deal with? Are we just gonna have them play for us, or are they just talking to us?
We should see if they maybe will play a little diddly for us.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll
Why
sound
not?
good through the phone.
Yeah. Hopefully we get some good crisp audio for you listeners tonight. I just want to let everybody know, if you didn't know already, you can listen to the Kinda Live, Kinda Livin podcast on Spotify and iTunes. Give us a subscribe, rate us if you feel like, and it's another option to listen to us, in your car on your way to work. You go on long drives, we all do, and podcasts are the best way to do it. So add us to your collection. Head to our website, mirth-films.com, for all the latest just concert coverage, alternative news, and original video content that we produce. Got stuff coming out every single week, and if you're really feeling awesome, head to our merch section.
Buy Mirth merch.
Mirth merch. We got the collage
shirts.
tee that we're repping tonight, made by the one and only Courtney Guttenberg, and things are coming together, man. It's
For sure.
freaking cool, man.
Definitely excited about them hats.
Get to interview bands. Like this is a first for us.
This feels like so when like people go through like the interview cycle on ESPN, they call it the car wash.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, you just like get pulled through it, and that's kind of what it feels like. I mean, we're just sitting here and calling bands, and it's a whirlwind of meeting new guys over the phone and kind of trying to pick their brains. It's cool.
Totally, and they all have something unique to say.
Yep,
which is really awesome.
yeah, even talking about the same festival over and over again.
Yeah, right.
Everybody kind of brings a little new thing to it that they're like, oh, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to that.
Exactly. So you know what? Let's talk
Keep
to
this
our
thing
last guest of the night.
Cole Lazarus, and I was told that Kat did have service, so I think we should try to call her.
Give
get
Kat
her
Horn
on
a
there.
call as well.
But yeah, Cole Lazarus on the phone, coming right up.
All right, let's check this out.
Ring a ding 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 dong.
Ring a ding ding.
What if they just ghosted us?
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice message.
Believe it or not, the Gab Dog's not home. Please leave a message at the beep. I must be out or I'd pick up the phone. Where could I be? Believe it or not, I'm not home.
Is this real?
What a
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up.
Great.
That was the best voice
I'm
message.
I'm glad they didn't answer, because
Yeah.
that was the best going away message I've ever heard.
God.
Give him a few seconds here.
Yeah, you know.
That was probably the most unique.
Yeah, when you like just like you, Dougie. Okay, here they are.
All right, we got them calling in now. How's it going, guys?
Hey, how's it going?
God, you guys got quite the voicemail.
Yeah,
That would be mine, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be,
That's the best one we've ever heard.
How did you come up with that?
oh, that's a Seinfeldism.
Ah,
Wow.
It's George's voicemail, and then I just changed it to my own name instead of George.
That's
But it's
so
like
funny.
probably 15 years old.
okay.
That's awesome.
So you guys are in band practice right now, getting ready for Nightlights Music Festival.
Yeah, we're just we're wrapping it up, and we're all here.
That's
That's
awesome,
awesome.
man.
That's sick. So how many times have you guys played at the Nightlights Music Festival?
This will be our third one.
And so you guys have David Loss from Aqueous sitting in on your at the drum circle stage at 5 o'clock.
Correct.
That's pretty cool. You got a member of Aqueous playing with you guys. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a huge deal. I mean, we're super stoked about it. It's not anything that we're really expecting, especially at this stage of the band. But I think it's obviously we're looking forward to it. It's probably the biggest deal that we've had ever since originally getting booked for Nightlights 2 years ago. So
That's cool.
That's
Is there
sick,
something
man.
that keeps you guys wanting to keep on performing at the festival?
what's that?
Is there something that is there something about Nightlights that makes you guys want to just keep on performing there?
Jesus. Sorry, we had a mic drop.
Drop the mic over here.
That's supposed to be when the interview's
This
over.
is Adam. I mean, yeah, just the atmosphere and just kind of the vibe of the festival is just everyone's in such a good mood, and we just get such great energy from the crowd. So I think just all those things combined really make the festival a really fun one for us.
Yeah, we've been talking to a few guys for that are going to be at the festival this year and have been in the past, and it just seems like such a cool little spot. Kind of no restrictions on where you can and can't go, and all the different drums dug into the ground, and it really seems like a cool spot and a cool time.
We love the way it's run. I mean, I think it's just run so well, and yeah, we love that. I love that freedom. You can just walk around and do whatever, pretty much.
Yeah, and for us being, living in Jamestown, the grounds are only like a half hour away, and so we've all visited like the Great Blue Heron Festival as well. So we have a lot of familiarity with that location in particular, and it's nice to see like two really quality festivals run every summer. I mean, and they're both very distinct and have their own feel and atmosphere. And we love the lineup and getting to meet a lot of people from out of the area too. So it's done really good things for us as far as getting us some good exposure and meeting a lot more people.
That's awesome, and that's great that you probably see similar faces in the crowd having those two just awesome gatherings of music each summer.
Yeah, absolutely.
So upcoming, you guys have you got a big show coming up at the Buffalo Ironworks August 31st with Afterfunk.
Yeah, yep. That's another big deal for us. And actually, I was telling Emily about this. I did the calculations, and that's actually going to be our 100th show as a band.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, that's a pretty rad place to try and do a 100th show. But I mean, that's another cool thing is
and you did
they
it
actually
without
reached
even
out to
trying.
us. So what's that?
And you did it without even trying to make it your 100th, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You kind of figured it out after the fact.
Yeah, I mean, we were one off from having it be our nightlight show. So I mean,
right.
But yeah, I guess it fell at a good time of the year. This
Mm-hmm.
is, summer's always a really awesome time, and we're stoked about being able to play with those guys. We actually got to meet a couple of them at the Whirlybird Festival here in Jamestown a couple months ago, and even before that, they had actually reached out to us. We'd already had this show booked even before that, so it was kind of great to touch base with them in advance and just be like, hey, we're doing another show together.
That's killer, man. And we got a question. We were listening to some of the tunes on Spotify earlier. Shit's Lit Fam. We were wondering, was the song written in like the sense of basically, recognizing this is the future, or
just being a part of it,
or being a part of like it was in a positive or negative way into what the lyrics presented?
I wrote the lyrics. I wasn't really going for anything in particular. I just kind of wanted it to be like a fun, like sort of just parodying like current culture, I guess. But I mean, I pretty much do all the things I talk about in the song anyway, so.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely caught our ears, and we will be playing that song for the listeners tonight as well. And we're just excited that you guys called in, and if you guys gonna have a busy fall schedule, any dates you'd like to share with our listeners?
We have a couple shows in September. A lot of local ones actually, like local as in Jamestown. We have a thing called the Local Music Showcase every year.
Oh, cool.
What's that? I don't think so yet. So yeah, we got so that's like a big deal just locally. It's not really like a festival per se, but it's like 8 hours of like 50 different bands in 13 different locations within like a 4-block radius. So just crazy good times all night long. A lot of people come out for that, and it's a fundraiser for one of our local arts and music education organizations. So it's for a good cause. And we do have we have a really cool show in December, but I don't know if I'm at liberty to say what it is yet, only because it hasn't been officially announced online. But
that's okay.
If you guys want
nice little teaser, keep the
it's with a very reputable band that everybody I'm sure has heard of. So if you just keep your eyes peeled for December 14th, that'll be a pretty cool show.
And it'll be in
Erie, Pennsylvania. So
okay.
Oh,
work
man,
down there all
I heard
the
that
time.
place gets down.
Yeah, it can.
Awesome, guys. Well, we want to just wish you guys a great set at Nightlights Music Festival. It's great. We're just happy that you guys took the time to call in. Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for including us.
Anytime.
You guys have a wonderful night.
Thanks, guys.
You too.
Thank you.
Shit's lit, fam.
This is a killer song.
Cool guys, yeah. I really like those lyrics in that song.
Okay.
Which we'll be playing for
Jeez, you guys
for the
fucking shit up
community.
all over the place.
We just kind of laying up the mood here.
Just
we
alive,
forgot
kinda.
we don't have a dry erase marker anymore.
Yeah.
So Doug, I've been staring at the camera, dude. It looks pretty legit.
I
mean,
tried.
it's
It could be a little
not
thicker.
Oh!
Jesus.
Jesus.
How many beers have you had, Frankie?
Oh my God.
I've only had a few, but I mean,
only a couple, 2, 3.
We're
5,
just gonna
6.
get rid of this.
Yeah.
I'll put that down
Nah,
to the side.
it's just honestly, like, we got these like mic setups for like. I've had this little mini tripod for the longest time. I used to just use it for GoPros, which I'm probably messing with the audio right now. But it happened to fit this and
this one's much nicer.
That one's much nicer. Got that from
one ain't
Amazon.
going nowhere.
This one's kind of like
Oh,
not
it's got a Dougie hair in it, maybe.
Could be.
See, that's
yeah,
a Dougie hair.
That looks
right
like
there.
my hair. A little curly, a little dark.
Little Doug, little curly.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so just to wrap the show up, let's give Kat Horton a call. She does all the marketing and artist relations at Nightlights Music Festival, and she's really active in the music community. She used to do stuff for New York State Music. She still may, I'm not sure, but it's cool because like when the music goes on, there's a lot of counterparts that interact to make sure that that set goes successfully. You know, everything from the volunteers to the people organizing the event, and even just pre-planning, getting everybody to the show and informing people what's going on.
Yep.
And Kat Horton is one of them. So let's give Kat Horton a call and talk to her about just this awesome music festival we've been hearing about.
Oh yeah. Ring it in.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
It's fantastic.
Hey,
How are
Kat,
you guys
thank you for calling
doing?
to the show.
We're doing
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome home, guys.
Absolutely, and we just want to say thank you for all of the work that you do and just the live music community. I mean, you literally do a lot for the scene, and it's just so great that you're part of something like Nightlights and just involved with just amazing bands. And how long you been part of Nightlights for?
So for Nightlights, I went to my first Nightlights in 2013 just as a patron. It was my second camping music festival ever. I'd been to a lot of like day festivals, but never camping events. And so it'd been my second festival of the summer. And I just instantly fell in love with it. And I knew immediately I wanted to be a part of the event. And by a series of fortunate events, by the next year, I was volunteering and running the Nightlights Festival street team, which was the first street team that I created in Western New York that sort of helped launch what my business does. So it's this is year 7 for me. So lucky number 7.
That's awesome, and it sounds like it's a pretty tight just music community out in just Western New York. Everything from just Buffalo area extending down to Rochester. You guys have a great scene built up out there.
Yeah, we're not used to winning a lot in Western New York between, like the Bills and the Sabres. So for us, I think that the music scene here is such a source of pride because we're really proud of the musicians. That there's been such a rich history when you look at even like just the history of Buffalo and you look at some of the artists, Rick James, the Goo Goo Dolls, Ani DeFranco, those are just a few that come to mind, Aqueous, of course. There's a really cool history of some really trend-setting musicians too. So I think that, when it's cold and you don't have a lot to do, bonding over music and listening to music and supporting musicians in your area is something that Western New York really gets behind. So I think that we have a really cool scene because of it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was gonna go. I was gonna say, all that snow must shut you inside, and that's how these musicians get so good. You get trapped by a 3-foot snowstorm. There's nothing else to do but play along and get good at it.
Yeah, that it's probably a very true statement.
the California bands, they got too much going on to really get that cohesiveness. Right? Being locked up in a house together when that's just pounding snow. There's not much like that.
For sure.
And I mean, just the venues you guys have, even too. Just I just was wondering personally. This is Frankie talking, and I just was wondering what your involvement was with Aqueous. I see everything online. You seem pretty active with the band.
Yes. I mean, technically, I guess if we had to make a title, I'm Aqueous' promotions director. So I do a lot of interaction with the fan base, a lot of organic grassroots marketing. Because the fan base is the best marketing team we have, because they speak about the band's music, from a place of passion. So I help work direct with the fan base to, help promote the band on a grassroots level. I do some other things like some VIP coordination and little aspects of certain parts of social media. And then I'm also, my fancy term for it is I'm the band's cotton tech. Which is just a really nice way of saying I sell their merch. But yeah, so I help the band with merch sales and that kind of thing too. So little hodgepodge of stuff I get to do for them, but it's an honor in whatever position I get to work for them in, because they're an amazing bunch of not only musicians but just humans.
Yeah, good dudes.
Oh, so good. Probably. And I've had a lot of jobs in my life. My resume feels like a rap sheet. I've worked for a lot of people, and Aqueous, to work for them, and it is such a creative and an encouraging environment. It really brings out the best in you, and so I feel really blessed to be able to work with those guys and be a part of what they're doing.
And then everything that they do brings, everyone that goes to see them feels that and feeds off of it, and it attracts the same kind of people. It's really just builds out from there. It starts with them, obviously, but then just like finds like.
Absolutely. I have found that a really interesting theory with especially jam bands, because I think there's a lot of energy exchange, and there's a lot of momentum being passed back and forth between the artist and the fan. But I think again, I'm partial, but the acquaintances, as they call themselves, are probably one of the nicest, most respectful fan bases. It's truly about what the band is doing and not focusing on any kind of a negative, aspect. In that, it's not about bashing other bands. It's not about, kind of trying to prove why Aqueous is your favorite band. We're just, that fan base is so proud of them. It's just showing that respect by just, bragging about it a little bit. Right. But I do find that with a lot of different fan bases. I think it's interesting how it is, like does attract like, and you definitely can see some patterns within fan bases that are unique to each one.
Totally, and I mean the band just supports great motives, and it's just amazing, especially since in the past 4 years of just their progression, it's just been insane. The first time I've ever experienced Aqueous, they were opened up for a band called Capital Zen in our area, Glens Falls area, and it was just
lovely Scott Hannay.
Scotty Hannay.
Yeah. That's our nerdy, our video game friend there.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. Total digression, but I love this story so much. I always have to tell it when I get a chance. I used to be one of those talkers at shows. Just chit chat, annoy the hell out of people. Yeah. And the night that my gum flew out of my mouth and landed and got stuck in Scott Hannay's hair was the night I stopped talking at shows.
No, not that hair.
Yeah.
It's luscious.
Oh, it was great. Yeah.
And so after that, you realized, maybe close the mouth every once in a while.
Yeah. I was like, how about I just stop the yapping? And that did it. Yeah. That did it. So
that was the universe's sign. Hey, you're talking too much.
Yeah. So if anyone is thankful that I no longer talk their ear off at shows, you can thank Scott Hannay's hair.
I can't wait to ask him about
So getting back to Nightlights Music Festival, what's just some of the things that you could share to our listeners that makes it the standout music festival that it is? Because every artist that we talk to, from Funktional Flow, Cold Lazarus, Witty, Tarbox, and the Clocks and Clouds, just all had just. It's just like it's like I don't know. It has its own characteristics.
Everybody just said the same thing. It's like coming home, and it's just that communal thing. So yeah, if you could expound upon that, you know, just what makes that, you know, so unique.
Yeah, I think it's two things. I think that the first thing is that we like to view Nightlights as a celebration. It's the end of the summer. We originally were a fall music festival, and the weather was so terrible. So sometimes cold. It snowed the first year.
Right.
Excuse me. We really want it to be a celebration of the artists that are here, of the music they make, of the musicians of Western New York, and of all of our friends and family that make the festival possible. But I think something that's super important is at the core of Nightlights was that the festival started originally in 2011. And the core group of it was a band called Laszlo Holyfeld, who are not as active as they were in the scene now. They still play shows from, here and there. But, like, for example, Scott Malloy, who is the keyboard player of Laszlo Holyfeld, is now our production manager. And so that festival was started really by musicians and their friends. And so we like to think that the festival is therefore a festival started by musicians and their friends for musicians and their friends. And I think that makes a big difference because, from the minute you enter the grounds, whether you're a patron, a volunteer, a staff member, a performing artist, the welcome is welcome home. And it's about creating an environment for everyone so that, the worst thing for me is when you go to a festival, and now I'm going to jinx it, right? I'm going to say this and then somebody's going to call me out on it this weekend. But the worst thing for me is going to a festival and you ask somebody something and they're like, we don't know, especially as like a performing artist. That's super stressful. So, one of the things we try to do is to really make sure that when an artist walks on the grounds, that they have the easiest experience they can so that they can focus on the thing that is the most important, which is what everybody is there for, and that's the music. So, when you don't have to be stressed about it, where you're parking, where you're going, where's hospitality, do we have this, do we have that? It's really about making everybody as comfortable so you can just have an amazing weekend. And, for Western New York, we're getting ready to go into 6 months of winter and, 3 feet of snow. So this is really a release for a lot of people to just enjoy themselves and just have one last hurrah before we're all bunkered in again.
Yep, and we can bunker in with music, but it's still, being outside under the stars with it is certainly something else.
Yes, and that is the one thing that I tell people. There's so many things to look at here. There's so many great things, but if you walk out to the big parking lot that's like next to the main stage, anybody that's listening, go at about 2 a.m. and then just look up. And, Nightlights is all about the LED installations and the lights on the stages, but the true nightlights are literally in a field. Once that main stage music gets cut, you can just stand up, and I swear you've never seen so many stars in your life. It's absolutely stunning.
That is awesome.
Oh, I wish I could make it to this
Yeah,
festival.
I mean, honestly,
we will have people covering it, but it really sounds like something really up our alley. Just being from the Adirondack Stars.
Just the way every single person we've talked to tonight just speaks with such passion, and each person bring, you ask them, oh, well, what do you think about Nightlights? What makes it so special? And each person says the same general thing, but then says, well, this one little thing, is, and everybody's got their own little part of it that they love. And that is just super cool. Everybody sold me on it. I know I need to make better plans for next year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, next year will be the 10th anniversary, so I think that we will have some fun tricks up our sleeve. I think we're gonna. I think that from what I'm gathering and what some of us have talked about is that it's going to be not only a celebration of the 10 years that we've had of Nightlights, but also a celebration of the music of Western New York. So make plans.
All right, I think that's in order.
Well, this weekend, Nightlights Music Festival in Sherman, New York. Kat, thank you so much for calling, and thank you so much for everything that you do for the live music community, because it affects everything around us. And it's just a great scene to be a part of, and thank you so much for just everything, like I said, everything that you do. Nightlights Music Festival this weekend. Kat, have a great night. Thank you for calling
Thank you. And hey, real quick before I go, you guys talked about something earlier. See, I actually listened to the whole show, and I really want to talk about it because it's super important.
Okay.
And that's the Monkees.
Oh, yes, the Monkees.
So the Monkees are one of my. Yeah, the monkeys are one of my favorite part of Nightlights, and it slightly changes every year. We have an amazing lighting designer on site named Steve French. We call him Frenchie, and he does a lot of the lighting displays you see. And the first year he stumbled upon it like a thrift store or something. You know the marching monkeys with the cymbals.
Yeah.
And he got like a dozen of them. And every year he changes the light display just a little bit, but he uses a Wii remote and it's interactive. So sometimes you push a button and the colors change, or you tilt your hand, or you do something with it, and you do certain things and the monkeys start to clap. As you can imagine, you know, it's a music festival. Things get weird. So, you know, for some people, the sight of those little monkeys is super creepy, but the location and what it does changes every year, so you kind of have to seek it out.
Right. Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah. So that's the monkeys.
Monkeys. And now we know the legend of the monkeys.
If that doesn't
Absolutely.
sound on the music festival, I don't know what does.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Kat.
Thank you for
Absolutely. Yep. You too.
So that's it, guys. We talked to a lot of people tonight.
That was the car wash. That was awesome.
That was awesome. And you know what? I think after something like this, I think having people call in on a regular basis would be pretty gnarly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that was awesome, and especially, you know, when you've got an event like this going on and you get all the different insight. I love the little bits and pieces that each person brought to it. And Kat sounds like such a wonderful person. You know,
she's such a nice person. And just to kind of wrap things up, we have what have you guys been listening to this week? I know you guys got different tastes, and like let's hear what everybody has to say.
Listening to, I mean, honestly, it's mostly been podcasts this week. But as far as music goes, I've been back on the Blackout album, Blackout tapes, Method Man and Redman. You know,
oh yeah,
that's in my heavy rotation.
That's awesome.
So, but I've been back on that this week. I've been listening to some G Love too. Check out his album Lemonade is my favorite album. But yeah, I guess that's about it. Pardon my take, and Dan Lebitard for my podcast. Lots of sports heavy for me.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Of course, Barstool Sports. I mean, I gotta be honest. I should probably start listening to that more, because I feel like it definitely does help us listening to other podcasts, like just to get the flow.
You can hear how they do it and kind of try and emulate them a little bit, and you know, maybe take some of the awkwardness out of it if you pay attention to how they do things. There's always the awkward bits, but the key is kind of how you get through those, you know, and make it funny.
Totally.
And make people enjoy it.
What about you, Doug? What have you been listening to?
I listened to, of course, the Joe Rogan podcast. He had a guest, Fahim Anwar. He's also a stand-up comedian / actor, and that was a really good podcast, you know, going into just like the history of just like LA and just trying to make it as a comedian. So that was really cool. And then other than that, you know, just the standard summer 2019 playlist involving Tyler the Creator, Chance the Rapper, Mac Miller, Wavy Cunningham, just, you know, all the jams this year.
Hell
so,
yeah.
You know.
How about you, Frankie?
Okay, so I've been listening to some things.
Some stuff and things?
Some stuff and things. First of all, 9 Club. Finally, I don't know what. I was thinking in my car last week, I was like, damn, when's Chad Muska going to be on 9 Club? And then the next episode, like literally like 4 days later, Chad Muska, episode 159 on the 9 Club.
Okay,
Josh,
is this a skateboard podcast?
One of the fucking coolest skateboarders of all time.
Okay.
The Muscalade. Chad Muska Beats. The Muska Flip. The guy's worked with Raekwon.
Yep.
The guy's
no,
worked
I know Chad Muska, but the what is it? The 9.
The 9 Club.
Then that's a podcast.
Roberts.
Yeah, it's a skateboarding podcast.
Well, it's my favorite podcast of all time.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Metallica hasn't made a podcast yet.
No, but speaking, going to my second. Honestly, I probably wouldn't listen to a Metallica podcast.
Really?
They're all sober dudes, and you know.
Oh, what? You can't be cool and sober
anymore.
Well, no, it's just like the way they act on like off the stage. Sometimes they're a little dull.
Or the way that South Park made fun of them for the whole LimeWire stuff.
Pretty much. But leading to my second podcast, I am just so happy that's around. This is the Andy Frasco World Saving Podcast, and this week had Ryan Montbleu on, which we also interviewed. Go check out our video, and we talked about skateboarding. But
when are you gonna get him on to skateboard? Or didn't he say he was gonna skateboard the park with you?
Well, the thing was when he came to Co-host Music Hall when we interviewed him, fucking poured that day.
Oh, really?
So we couldn't film, but he's gonna be playing 80K Fest, so
yeah,
maybe we'll get some tricks.
Gotta get some video of him shredding the park.
He's a good skater. I skated with him at the first 80K Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, and he's just an awesome guy. But even just to talk about Andy Frasco for a second, Andy Frasco is a fucking god. He embraces rock and roll, and is trying to figure out this whole jam scene. Excuse me. And he's had everybody from like members of Widespread Panic to fucking members of Aqueous, Mahali.
And what do you mean he's trying to figure it out? Like he's just new to it, and
he's new to the jam scene.
So who is Andy? I have no idea.
Andy Frasco. He's the most insane guy in the world.
Skateboarder?
No, he's a musician.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Andy Frasco and the UN. That's his band. They're actually playing at the Putnam Place. I wish I could give you a date, but go look at it on the Putnam Place Facebook. He gets the crowd riled up. He gets them doing like those Jewish Torah style circles and just I don't know, goes nutty on stage. He's rock and roll.
Okay.
For sure.
We gotta go.
Okay.
Don't book any jobs. I'm gonna see Marissa or book any jobs that weekend.
Okay.
And
well, if I keep my promise, you have to keep yours.
I don't mean to hype it up, but I would honestly
from
not seeing them, I would rather see them over any other band right now.
Okay.
Maybe not Fish. It's a good thing it doesn't coincide, but it's
you don't gotta make that decision.
It's like Spafford. I'm so pissed, and I kick myself all the time. The only time they've played in this area, other than higher ground, they play at the Crossgates Mall at Jupiter Hall.
Oh, okay.
And for
that
some bullshit reason,
alley, right?
I didn't make it out, and I kick it myself because those guys are insane.
Yep.
And I look at Andy Frasco and the UN at the same level.
Okay.
And I'm so pumped that they're coming to the hometown, and they're friends with Wald Adriatic, and the guy's insane. He's from L.A.
Mm-hmm.
Great band. And but other than that, I've been on a huge Rush kick.
Okay.
Rush is kind of like Fish. They got their, it's like you hear bouncing around the room heavy things. It's I love it. Not shit on the songs. I love them, but obviously there's songs of Fish that I think would be better represented sometimes on the radio, like an Axel or AC/DC Bag even, and. Just listening to some of their just albums, and their one live album, A World's a Stage, kicks ass. It is just good rock and roll, and
hell yeah,
I love them. But I love rock and roll. I mean, who doesn't, man? That's why we're all sitting in the same chair, man.
It is that little reefer.
Just for a little background, guys. I mean, we all come from different backgrounds here. I mean, obviously we skated.
I think we went over this a little bit last time, but we can certainly do a refresher. But I was the guy who hung out with the skateboarders, walked around behind them, hung out with them, and that was about it. I watched you guys skate a whole lot.
Yeah.
And I know more about skating than probably someone who can't ollie should. But I love it. I loved every minute of it.
Hell yeah. Nah, dude, there's other time, I remember one time sessioning, over at the bottom stairs at the Village Mall, you and my dad just both, chilling on a picnic table.
Was that the same day you guys broke the picnic table?
No.
It was the same picnic table.
It was the same. No, and actually, I'm pretty sure a guy walked by that day referencing, you gotta be careful. Some kids were on Judge Judy for skating this picnic table.
Oh, yeah. There's film of that exists. But yeah, I have, pre-photography, Frankie.
The statute of limitation. Yeah, I've seen that picture. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You have bowl cut hair.
Okay, so it was okay. That must have been junior year,
2012,
2014.
Oh, okay.
This was when shit started getting a little rocky for us as not as a friend group, but in our own personal lives.
I know what you're talking about, Frankie.
You know what? We talk about it all the time. So Those were the. Those were
Those some
always
good
people.
times.
The fucking
I mean,
best.
it's what bond, where our friendship was forged, and in the streets of LG, we were the G's.
Yeah.
We were the G's from LG.
G's from LG. That wouldn't be a bad name for the podcast.
We already used it.
We already used it for the title of the podcast. We named the skate video after it.
Yeah,
but it was funny. We're actually just starting this campaign that we got to launch soon.
Yeah, we do. But keep looking forward to that, and in the background.
Yeah. Yep. And just going through some of the archives of just our old footage of just like us just in your.
No, Frankie's amazing because he just like is a pack rat for anything digital. Like if it was ever on one of his computers in the last literally a decade, more than a decade probably.
Yeah, 09.
He still has it somewhere, and like we used to all use Frankie's computer for all our music and just like stupid videos. Frankie would just take videos of anything, and here is Mirth Films, born from all of that.
Honestly, it is kind of like a child of what we've all experienced, which is cool. And like now it's. I mean, I'm fucking
now we
blessed.
We just sat here for an hour and a half talking to 5 different bands and like a festival organizer and a promoter, and now it's super cool how this has gotten here and to see where it's gonna go.
Dude, and we're thankful to have people like you in our life, Josh, because you're the homies.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry.
That's it. All right, we got tissues. We're gonna play a song, but just want to let everybody know. Go to mirth-films.com to go check out all of our original video content, live music coverage, alternative news, podcasts, and even check out our merch. And we got a lot of great stuff coming up. And we also just got 80K Fest also coming up as well. August 31st through September 1st. It's going to be a fucking blast. And so shit's lit, fam.
Shit's lit, fam.
By Cold Lazarus.
By Cold Lazarus. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
And have a good night.
school like Janko jeans. Say me and the squad love to get turned. Cause the shit's lit fam, lol you heard. no traffic lights